Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our playthrough of Cthulhu Death May Die, Blasphemous Alchemy, Season 1, Episode 1.2. You're on turn 2. If you've missed the earlier turns, you can go back and watch them, watch our setup video, and I've even done a paint through on some of the models. So before we start turn 2, I'll do a quick recap of turn 1. It'd be great if you guys checked out our Patreon in the link below, or the link to August Moldenhauer's Cthulhu Genealogy, Volume 2 of Cthulhu Journals Out of Lovecraft's Providence, The Genealogy of Cthulhu. This is a great way to support the channel. So let's do the summary of turn 1 and we'll get on to turn 2. So a quick recap is Borden and Morgan have started out, defeated a few cultists. They've put out some fires, and now their goal is to continue to work through and destroy the labs, which are part of the Blasphemous Alchemy result. So it is Borden's turn to start. So I believe she can run through and stop in this room as her run action. She can also make a episode action with the fire, so she can make the roll and she is able to extinguish the fire with the wind. So this fire is extinguished, and she will also make a episode action to destroy the lab equipment. So she will roll, and I need her to, okay, so she takes 3, she does 1 damage to the lab. Okay, she does 1 damage to the lab, but she does take a sanity, so this causes her to trigger her fear of crowds. So let's check this out. Take 1 stress for every other figure in your space. If you are alone, heal all your stress instead. So she's alone, she has a fear of crowd, and she gets to heal all her stress. So that's fortunate. Great, so she has healed all her stress, and that is that. So she put out the fire, she did 1 damage to the lab, and now she will go to drawing a Mythos card. So her Mythos card is Chaos in the Labs. Move the Elder One in each monster 1 space toward the undestroyed lab. Summon a cultist in each damaged lab, then remove 1 wound from each lab in a space with a cultist. Okay, so there's no cultist in her lab. There is a damaged lab, so she summons a cultist into the damaged lab. So she now has a cultist in this damaged lab. And move the Elder One in each monster 1 space toward the undestroyed lab. So this cultist moves 1. This cultist moves 1. This monster moves 1. Oh no, not the cultist, just the monster. Yeah, so this cultist stays. This monster moves 1. This monster moves 1. So only the 2 monsters. Summon a cultist into each damaged lab. There's just 1 damaged lab, so the cultist is damaged. Then remove 1 wound from each lab in a space with a cultist. So this lab has been repaired. And so Lizzie now has the cultist in her space. So we've done our Mythos card. We've resolved special requests. We've summoned enemies and gates. And then investigator fight. So the space is not safe. So this is where they will attack. So we will roll their attack on her. So the 1 cultist will roll the 2 dice and is able to roll rolls those attacks. And then defending against attack. When an enemy attacks you, roll the number and type of dice as shown on their reference cards. Each success gives you each success gives you a wound. Elder signs only have attack if the enemy has the ability to use them. You may use stress to re-roll these dice to minimize attack. So let's have her re-roll 1 dice by taking 1 stress, because now she has her stress returned. So she re-rolls 1, and so there's only 1 attack on her. So she gets 1 damage from this, and that is good. So that's her attack on her. Then we're going to do resolve end of turn effects. There's no fire in the room. There are not 3 in the discard pile. There, Elder One summary. There's nothing to resolve. She's already resolved her effect. And that is the end of Lizzie's turn. Okay, so let's go to Morgan's turn. So for Morgan, he will also run into the room. He will attack the cultist, and he gets 1 hit. He will re-roll 2 dice by taking on 2 stress, and he gets 2, so he is able to kill this cultist. So he's done an attack. Now he's going to take an episode action, which will be to damage the equipment. So once more he'll get to roll. He gets 2 attacks. He will take another stress and re-roll 1. So he gets an insanity, but he gets 3 damage. So the lab now has 3 damage. And he moves his sanity 1. And now, if it's a safe space, which it is, we can do investigate or fight. So now there's an investigate, so he can draw a discovery card. And I don't know that I shuffled these, but let's just shuffle them. Okay. And now Morgan draws his Blasphemous Alchemy discovery card, and it says, Medicine. Discard this card to heal all wounds for 1 investigator, including yourself. Okay. I'm going to discard it and heal Lizzie because she is very damaged. So I heal her wounds 100%, and this is discarded. So I'll move this to discard. Okay. So that is the end of the investigate phase. Turn effects, again, there is no effect here. There's not 3 lab. We've not passed the sanity mark. So it is the end of Morgan's turn. And that is the end of turn 2 of the Blasphemous Alchemy. So please check out the link to turn 3, and we will see you on turn 3. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.